Welcome back, Shakespeare fans. You can see I am here in Juliet's balcony, or I'm in her garden. She's probably up in her balcony. Anyway, Act 2, Scene 1 is our famous balcony scene, but it doesn't start off with the balcony scene, so keep that in mind. It actually starts off with Romeo's friends, Mercutio and Benvolio, yelling out, trying to find Romeo because they're leaving the party. They wanted to find him, maybe go hang out a little bit. But they can't find him, but they're in really good spirits, so they're shouting out, Romeo, where are you at? Let's hang out. And then when they can't find him, they start making fun of him, saying that he's off dreaming of Rosaline. Now, Romeo is kind of annoyed with this, and we know that he's already moved on from Rosaline, so he's like, oh, they don't even know what they're talking about. And what he ends up doing is he tries to hide from his friends, so he jumps up into a tree or jumps over this wall, and he ends up in an orchard or a garden, depending on which version you hear. So he just got done at the Capulet party. He jumps over a wall and into a garden. Where do you think he ends up? In the Capulet garden. So that's where he approaches the talking Juliet, and he's like, oh, I should listen to what she's going to say. It's not creepy at all for me to overhear what this woman is saying on her balcony in this very private place. Anyway, there are some highlights from this scene. It's a little bit mushy, not going to lie, but here they are. First of all, the famous line, but soft what light through yonder window breaks. It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Here we have Romeo comparing, using a metaphor, Juliet to the sun. In that whole little speech where he's like, oh, is it rude if I overhear everything she's saying? He goes through and he's like, she's just like a star. Her eyes are two bright orbs, blah, 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 blah. After that, we overhear Juliet speaking, we think, to herself, so it's a soliloquy, but of course Romeo's overhearing it. So she says, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Many people think that when she says wherefore, that's actually her asking, oh, where are you at? That's not the case. Wherefore in Elizabethan times, so in Middle English, actually meant why. So she's saying, why are you Romeo? This sucks. I really want to have you be my special friend, and I can't because you're Romeo and therefore Montague, and therefore I can't have that happen since I'm a Capulet. She goes on to say, what's in a name? You've heard that before probably. Then she continues, that which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. She's essentially saying that the name doesn't really change the essence of the being. So if Romeo was called anything else, he would still be perfect. She actually uses the term perfection. And that they would still be able to be together if he just wasn't a Montague. So she's stressing out about that, and then she says a little bit later, Romeo, doff thy name, so cast off thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself. And as soon as she says that he should deny his name, deny his family, and then she would marry him, Romeo jumps in and is like, okay, let's do it. He says, if you'll love me, I'll cast off my name and be anything you like. Essentially, when he says, I will take thee at a word, call me but love, and I'll be new baptized henceforth, not Romeo. Moving on a little bit to, let's see, needless to say, Juliet is shocked that Romeo is there, and she worries that he's going to get caught. Keep in mind, he's trespassing, and he's also there alone with the only heir to the Capulet fortune, speaking most improprietously. So he could get killed pretty easily if he was found out. Fast forward a little bit more, he essentially says, oh, I love you so much, and she says, well, we should get married, and that seems a little bit abrupt. They met an hour ago, but why not? Let's do it. The plan is for Juliet to send a messenger to Romeo tomorrow. All right, so it's already late at night, so in a few hours, to find out what the wedding plans are. He's just going to throw it together in no time. And then she'll figure out a way to sneak out of the compound so that they can get married in secret. They have a very long, cute goodbye that's akin to, you hang up, no, you hang up. And the scene ends.